In this video, we're gonna go over one of my favorite bar muscle up drills. It's called the low bar band assisted transition drill. And what it looks like is you're gonna have a barbell set up a little bit above hip height because we're actually gonna go over the bar. So once I extend and get over the bar, I just wanna make sure that there's clearance between the ground and my feet, right? And then from here, how to set up the bar is you're gonna have lots of bands, but you're gonna have a set of band or one band at least to secure the bar to the uprights, right? And obviously on J-hooks. And so just wrap the band around the J-hooks and the upright and the barbell itself as much as possible until you get a secure fit around the J-hook. And we just want to make sure that it's tight enough where A, the barbell doesn't move, and then B, the barbell doesn't spin, right? That's super important because we want to mimic exactly what the gymnastics bar feels like, okay? And then we're going to need another band as well, or multiple bands, to basically carry our body weight. And so you're gonna wrap the band around the rig just like so, just kind of set it on top. And then how this looks once I actually get into the band is it's kind of awkward to set up, but it gets the job done. So work yourself through the band, and then I'm gonna sit on the band, okay? And again, what I stated before is we want to make sure that the band is heavy enough that it actually supports our body weight. That's super important, right? Because we don't want this drill to be so hard that we're just missing reps constantly. We want it to actually allow us to transition over the bar. So I'm going to show one rep here quick, what it looks like, and then we'll kind of go over into specific faults and what to avoid. So, okay, so that is one rep. Now, specific faults are, there's two big faults that you want to avoid. Number one is when people do this drill, they try to just bounce straight down and straight up and then transition. And the reality is you probably saw it a little bit, but you want to kind of think about this almost like a swing set, like you're kind of swinging and kind of bouncing back and forth, but it's at a diagonal. Because in the bar muscle up, right, we obviously get out in front of the bar during our kip and our arch, which allows us to kind of, as we snap to hollow, we swing ourselves back as well as up, right? So this drill does a really good job of mimicking exactly what that feels like. So it's not just straight down, straight up. So this would be an example of trying to go straight down, straight up, right? And missing a rep. So usually people do this, right? And they feel like they're eons away from the actual transition. And so we want to make sure that we're swinging, right? I'll show it again here, swinging back and forth kind of under that bar so we have momentum going backwards as well as upwards so that we can carry that and work ourselves up and around the bar by getting our hips close to the bar first, okay? So here's what it looks like again, right? Pulling back, okay? And then fault number two, arguably the biggest fault, is not pointing your knuckles down and getting your elbows over the bar, right? So in the transition, we want to make sure that we focus on getting those elbows over fast and loosening our grip just slightly at the right time so that we can get our knuckles face down, okay? That's super important because what happens if we don't turn our wrists at all and try to get our elbows over is we feel really stuck, okay? So I'll show an example of this, just assuming everything else goes right, but our transition is off. This is what happens. So, here, right? So you can tell that my elbow stayed really low, my wrist got caught here in extension, and I wasn't able to get my knuckles over. Okay, so it's super important to make sure to loosen that grip a little bit so I can actually get my elbows over, catch on top of the bar, and then get up from there, okay? So I'll show one more rep here, one more good one. So you're gonna wanna start yourself off, right, kind of by swinging. You can put yourself out in front of the bar a little bit first, that kind of helps people. And from there, transition over, right? Again, two big cues you wanna think about is start off by swinging yourself back and forth a little bit so you can work yourself up and around the bar, and then knuckles down, elbows over as fast as you can. As soon as you extend those hips, get them to the bar and go to turnover, okay? So that is the low bar band assisted transition drill.